Making a Splash in the Waves, a story of service about Dorothy Riggle.
My name is Dorothy Riggle. I was born in Pennsylvania in Armstrong County. My brother had enlisted in 1942 in the Marine Corps. He wanted to be a Marine. He didn't want to be drafted in the Army, so he joined the Marine Corps. In 1943, then I decided to go in the Navy, and he was with the 1st Marine Division that landed on Guadalcanal.
Wow.
And I suppose I thought maybe I could contribute something. I enlisted in the Navy, but after 6 months I was recommended for officer training. So I was sent up to Smith College in Northampton, Massachusetts for officers training. 3 months, 90 days, 90-day wonder. So then I was commissioned up there as an ensign in the Navy. But we always referred to ourselves as W.A.V.E.S, Women Accepted for Voluntary Service.
After officers' training, there was important work for this 90-day wonder in our nation's capital.
Sent back to Washington, and I was assigned to communications intelligence.
Miss Riggle and her colleagues used the messages that were intercepted from the Japanese and decoded by Navy personnel. They then analyzed this data and reported important information to our forces in the field.
Our group or unit was awarded the Navy Commendation Medal for that.
Despite the fact that Ms. Riggle mostly worked with and sometimes was in charge of men, she rarely encountered any problems. Although it was unusual at that time for a woman to have command over men, she used her sense of humor and delicate diplomacy to get things done.
I always felt that you couldn't order them around, but you could ask them to do things, you know, and they seemed to get along all right.
Yeah.
But in other words, they didn't resent working for a woman.
Near the end of the interview, I asked Ms. Riggle to contemplate more contemporary events. It's obvious that she still holds strong opinions about our nation's military actions and what they will mean to this country's future. You mentioned before that you think the subsequent wars have been different.
Oh, yes.
And could you elaborate on that a little bit?
Well, I think the Vietnam War is probably a good example. It was not given the full support that it really needed. There was a lot of dissension about the Vietnam War. In other words, what were we doing over there? And I think after this war, you're going to find the same thing, that people are beginning to wonder, why did we get involved over there?